Hi boys and girls, today I'm going to be showing you your new sound for this week. Now it's actually a little bit of revision of what we were doing before Christmas, and this week you're going to be focusing on Magic E. Now there are two different Magic E sounds we are going to be focusing on, as well as another sound. So let's have a little look and see if you can guess some of the words that might go with these sounds. So we have a Magic E, a Magic E, and then we have one more sound which is and a. Now we did all three of these sounds before Christmas on the last week, okay? So this is a little bit of revision of what you've been doing. Now, are there any words, and you can pause this for a second at this point, that you can think of that have these sounds in them? Have a little think before I give you a guess. Now, I could tell you some of the words which have a Magic E. Now, if you thought about it and you thought the sound made A, then you were right. So a Magic E can make the sound A, like bake, or make. If you were thinking a Magic E sometimes makes an oo sound, then you would be right. You can have words like tune or rule. So again, the then starts to sound like an oo sound because it has the Magic E. Now our last sound, a, makes the E sound. So it would be an example of meet and beat. Now we've got our three sounds, what I want you to do is have a little practice at writing the letters you're going to need. So let's rub this out. And practice some of our letters. Now we had a Magic E, a Magic E, and a. So let's practice forming all of these letters. Now I have drawn myself two lines, but obviously you already have the lines in your jotter. So for our a, we are going to start, and because it's a lowercase a, it doesn't need to hit the top line. So let's start just above the middle and go all the way around, hitting the bottom and back up and down to the bottom and flick. Then we need to practice an A. For the A, you're going to start at the bottom and go all the way up and round just over that halfway point and back down to the bottom. And finally, for the we need to start again at that just over halfway, take it all the way down and back up and down and flick. Now for all three of those letters, I did not take my pen off the board at all when I was writing them. Okay, so see if you can have a go. Remember, you can rewind this video at any point and you can pause it as well if you need to. Okay. Now let's see if you can practice some of our words for this week. So with a Magic E, see if you can shout it out as loud as you want. You're at home, so you don't need to worry about putting your hand up. Here's word number 1. boys and girls, lastly what we're going to do is practice a bit of our diacritical marking, or sometimes as we like to call it in class, our dots and lines. Now you're absolute experts at this now, so this should be no problem to you at all. So here is 3 of your words for this week: make, rule and beat. And we're going to put in our dots and lines where we recognise our sounds. Now, we've had a little chat in class before about how Magic E makes our diacritical marking a little bit different because our sounds for these words are not together. So what we have to do is, and you're probably shouting the answer right out at me right now, is draw a little rainbow from the A to the E. And then for our other 2 letters in the word, we can simply just put our normal dot underneath. Now for rule, it is the same, okay? So the A to the E would need to be a little rainbow, and then our little dot underneath. Now for our final sound of the week, our E sound, our letters are together. So think back to what we used to do with our words, and remember, it would be dot, then a line under our sound, and then a dot at the end. Now these are all the things you're going to be doing this week. You'll be using your usual spelling tasks, practicing our words, diacritically marking them, and finally towards the end of the week you will be putting some of these words into sentences.